Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Winners Semi-Finals at Riptide. My name is Kbot. I'm joined by Chaedr. We'll be covering a decent bit of the action. Chaedr, how's your event been so far?
It's been great. I've been hanging around, watching a lot of the sets, watching the staff run around. Well, I'm not staffing, so that's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool for me, too. I didn't get to have staff yesterday.
Nice. Yeah, all right. Well, we're back with the action. I'm in the commentary booth, so I guess that's production. Close enough.
Kind of.
We're going to be seeing Red Sun versus Assault of the Sasquatch. Yeah?
Yeah, and Assault of the Sasquatch, this is primarily a team that we saw play incredibly well in Splatoon 3 finals on Friday. This is a team that you all know quite a bit about. Of course, probably headlined by Ant playing that squeezer. And then, of course, we've got Nyan, Seth, and Test to round things out. And then Red Sun here is another team that's been playing incredibly well so far. Beam, Admir, Dan the Man, and Nice O. So honestly, I haven't watched too much of Red Sun's matches, but obviously they're here and they've got to be playing quite well.
Yeah, I caught some of their last one and really good plays from them. So very, very excited to see them. We'll take a look at the maps that we have. I believe we're in winter semis, so that's going to be starting off with Clam Blitz on Mako, yes?
Clam Blitz on Mako to start things off, which will be a little bit of... It's memories. You know, we're doing this for the memories at this point in terms of what we've got with these teams. Of course, Clam Blitz back to 10 clams, back to, you know, everything just as normal as these teams now are hopping right on into it. It's winners semifinals here of Riptide. One of these two teams is going to punch their ticket to winners finals and potentially have the opportunity to get themselves to Grants. And though, going over to the vanilla Flingza, what in the world? That must be a Splatoon 3 weapon.
Yeah, we didn't have the variants before, but vanilla Flingza, so we're gonna get wall and bomb rush out of that. Not necessarily something I would expect, especially here on Clams, but I guess that's definitely fair that bomb rush could really help with clearing some space out.
I mean, such a bomb rush, I think, is just a special that we don't often get to see used here, and you're already starting to see it come forward. Actually, it's allowing Seth and the rest of the team here to move forward. Seth is able to find one. It's going to be a 3-down situation for Red Sun. In the middle of the map, it's going to go completely to this Sasquatch squad. Taz already has that power clam at the ready, just had the last clam right in time. But now we'll see what the follow-up is. Blue Yell Bomb is going to come on in here. You see Tess already trying to turn this corner and providing this window of opportunity, and there it is. Another bomb pick is actually going to come out here. It's going to continue this push for Assault of the Sasquatch. Seth is going to be able to try to find the trade here as well. Beam goes down, and still Sasquatch is underneath the barrier, allowing enough opportunity for the rest of these claims to come on in. It looks like they might have run out of claims at this point, though. They've done a fantastic job scouting the entirety of the map, but still they are around. Only 2-down situation. Tess popping the same power, trying to maintain things. Now the clams trying to get thrown around. Tess trying to find a way back in, is able to find that final clam there, and the suction bomb hits the splash wall as well. But finally, the push will end. Assault of the Sasquatch down to 14 this early.
Yeah, incredible opening push there. They're going to get cleaned up just a little bit there. Red Sun, though, actually going to go 3 down. So they, despite the 2 down, they still maintain their position. They still have clams. And look at how much of the map that they currently have. Red Sun, even though the push is done, they don't have the space to work with. And the Stinger is going to come out. The Bomb Launcher is going to come out. The Jet goes down. They don't even have the Stingray to go from spawn to clear out some space. And you can see Cow here already building those clams. They have some on them. They're going to look for picks here. They are going to get pushed out just a little bit, but trying to use, they use this high ground to their advantage. Does find the pick. That is the full wipe again. So you see all the clams getting past to Cow right here. They have 8. We have the ball over there as well. Seth's going to throw that in, and Cow ready, already going to put all of those clams in. So there's just another massive push for Assault of the Sasquatch. They're down with their penalty. They're at 10 remaining, and they have these clams coming in from Tess. 1 remaining. They need 1 more 9. There we go. That is the KO. Whew.
Incredible stuff from Assault of the Sasquatch. Look at how well they were utilizing all of their space. Look at how well they were maintaining their space with all the weapons that they had at their disposal. They have a decent amount of range, right? Jet Squelcher, Flingza Roller, able to pump out a decent amount of ink from afar and really enable both Test and Seth really start getting involved on the front lines for the team. You saw them using their specials all of the time to try to take care of business, and really just fantastic showing from them in order to make sure that they were controlling that space.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we saw even when that push kind of came to a stop, Red Sun just wasn't able to take advantage of that because they weren't alive and they couldn't. So they weren't able to take that space back, and Sasquatch just came right back, kept that space for themselves, and that's what enabled them to make that second push.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, even when you go 2 down, you know, sometimes actually Assault and Sasquatch doing a great job of finding where that middle ground is between giving your space to your opponent, letting them, making sure you're not going down yourself, right? But then in addition, holding on to mid, right? Holding those angles that they wanted to hold to make sure that they still had mid control, that they still had the majority of the map control, even when they went a few members down. Fantastic kind of play, and it's interesting because it wasn't really conservative, it wasn't really aggressive. It was somewhere right in the middle, right in that sweet spot that was 100% going to work out for them.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see. Sometimes, sometimes some teams, they go too far forward, sometimes they pull too far back, and landing right in the middle, that is where you want to be. So a great start from Assault of the Sasquatch here. We're gonna go right into our second match, Splat Zones on Inkblot Art Academy here.
This is a map, obviously, both these teams incredibly familiar with, and we'll see what weapons they start to pull out. Ant going back over to that Squeezer, which is a weapon we expected to see. I expected to see the first time around out of Ant, but nonetheless, here we go. And also, we see the Neo Splash coming in here as well out of Nice. Oh, that bomb launcher, hopefully going to be able to paint a decent bit of this zone here as well.
Yeah, bomb launcher, always a really, really nice tool to have, especially with just the sheer paint output of that splash. Already, we're going to see 2 down on Red Sun. The other 2 have their specials. We have one of them jump out as well, so they're going to be able to have those missiles and the armor. Going to be crucial specials to come back in, but you can already see the Squeezer here has this incredible position. They are going to go down, so Red Sun, but missiles and armor going to get picked there. You can see Nice dropping down, does get the pick as well. Booyah comes out. That is a 3 down for Sasquatch, so Red Sun able to come back, able to finally get a little bit of a hold on mid, and they have the missiles as well. So with the suction bomb as well, they're going to be able to have a lot of the area control here. They just have to keep a hold of it.
Now Ant here going down, trying to play a little bit pesky, but is going to get caught out. But now we see a few of these members, Tess and Seth, both trying to collapse around the members of Red Sun. They're going to get taken out in the process, and actually Red Sun going to maintain the zone, doing a fantastic job of that for right now, as the members of Assault and Sasquatch are just trying to run around, still playing very individualist in nature. They're trying to start to approach, and you see Ant approaching this zone, trying to challenge and mirror. A little bit of that range battle right coming into play, where that foil squeezer is going to actually be able to contest the Jet Squatcher in a lot of cases. But nonetheless, Assault of the Sasquatch able to take control of this zone, and now you start to see just how fast they're moving forward in the plat.
Yeah, already on the play, already has the wall up, a lot of control. They have pretty much locked this down. The Booyah Bomb is going to help this quite a lot, and they have 2 more specials on the way. The armor gets popped as well, and they are very nicely controlled. You can see the bubbles were there as well. That's really, really going to help them. Now, Red Sun does have 3 of their specials online. All 3 of them are going to get popped immediately, so they're going to use all these, try and break back into mid. The missiles for the displacement. The lead does flip to Sasquatch, but they are able to come back just a little bit. They're not quite on the zone yet. They haven't gotten any of the picks that they need, and they almost just kind of burn through all their specials, try and get, there is the pick that they're 2 down now, so they need to get those picks maybe a little bit earlier, but nonetheless, they're able to get that 54-point penalty, going to give them a little bit of room, take their time, and get themselves together now.
You know what, honestly, as long as they were able to find those picks at the very end of the day, right?
Yes,
they were able to come up with them, and they were able to make sure that this wasn't a knockout, and now they've got to hold on to this zone for quite a while, but they're just not in the same strong positions as Assault of the Sasquatch, and it's allowed them to move on forward, and now it's a turn situation for Red Sun, as Assault of the Sasquatch is continuing on forward. They're still 3 up, and Mir's going to find 1 for the road here, but the zone is still going to flip. The Red Sun does not have the tools at their disposal to try to challenge the zone and try to take it right immediately back. They're going to have to charge up these specials to try to push in soon.
Yeah, we have those missiles. We have both of them as well, the armor, so all of those are going to get popped, and they're going to use these suction bomb as well. So all 4 specials are going to be burned, trying to get back into mid here, and it does work. They do contest the zone. 2 picks down, so that's 2 down on the side of Assault of the Sasquatch. So they're able to get this zone back. Not yet, that's 3 down, so hopefully they should get the zone. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
They finally got that zone back under control. They need to bring it, they need to push it up here to match the speed of Sasquatch. They're not quite there yet. They need to take control of this plat, because in order to, they need to have this locked down in order to start getting those picks.
Match the speed, match the positioning, start moving forward. That's what Red Sun is having a difficult time trying to do right now. Assault of the Sasquatch seems to be finding their way back in, but actually 2 of them are going to go down here. It looks like there's enough paint that's getting pumped down on top of the zone, especially from Admir sitting on top with that Jet Squelcher. Now Admir is going to go down. That might be the window of opportunity for Assault of the Sasquatch to move forward. You start to see some of the specials come online. Booyah Bomb, Bubble Blower, all coming on top of the zone, but it's not going to be before Red Sun is able to find the lead here. 1 go down. It's a little bit of a firefight all around, but now it looks like the members of Red Sun are backed away. They're not able to paint the zone, and it means the zone is going to flip. It means that penalty is going to be applied, and Red Sun has to find a way back in to try to find this re-engage.
They got scattered, but they didn't get completely wiped. Dan here still maintaining a position, getting that pick. That is a crucial pick right there, and the rest of their team is back right now. We have the missiles, the armor, the suction bomb launcher, everything. Again, Red Sun's going to use all these specials to come back in. You can see the nice placement of those bombs going to take the zone right back to them, and they get the pick on the Gal as well. This is a great position for them to be in, but they want to have a little bit more of this lead, a little bit more solid. They get the 2 down as well. The Jet pops the Ray, but the Stinger, the Squeezer goes down again.
Ant going down there is going to be huge. Ant coming back from the staggered respawn. It's going to mean that Assault of the Sasquatch's engage here is going to have to come fast. As soon as Ant comes back online, you're going to see everything start to come forward here. And there it is. Ink Armor, Booyah Bomb, both coming out. They're going to be able to find the cap onto the zone. Endemir's going to get caught off guard. It's a 2-2 situation for Red Sun now. And it looks like Assault of the Sasquatch was able to come on in here. Ant didn't even need the bubble lure. Now has 10 KA. It is going to start moving forward to the Red Sun plat. This can be very dangerous. This lead is going to flip here pretty soon.
Yeah, we have the bubble blower online, falls down, but still, that being there is really dangerous. We have the missiles coming out, and every single tool that Red Sun has, they're going to use right now. Just 3 points away and no penalty. They need to paint like their life depends on it right now. The zone is contested. We are in overtime, but nice, bringing out those suction bombs. This could be what makes the difference, and it is narrowly avoiding the overtime loss there. Red Sun able to pull out and come out on top.
That was so close. Are you kidding me? So much had to go right for Red Sun there at the very end of that. And a lot of it was thanks to the very well-timed specials, especially that launcher from Nice O. But look at that. How many specials were online? There were like, what was that, 14 sets of 10 missiles from Red Sun alone, continuing to pump those things out, continuing to make sure that Assault of the Sasquatch wasn't able to find their way back into the zone as easily. You might expect these players are just going to be able to pop that Ink Armor, pop that bubble blower, start to storm right on forward. But Red Sun was able to hold their defenses well enough and get some picks in that that crucial one there within a few frames before that Ink Armor actually does start to become active. That was critical in order to net them the lead and net them that positioning that set them up so well.
Absolutely. The couple of picks on the Squeezer that we saw in the middle and close to the end is really what let them set up. You were talking about how, Squeezer can contest Jet Squelcher, and it's true because their ranges are almost identical, and if the Jet is within the Squeezer's range, the Jet will die first. Yeah. So being able to know when to back off, as a Jet player myself, I've been on the receiving end of that too many times to count.
Yeah, definitely. The Jet Squelcher you don't think of for its main weapon most of the time, but it can be potent, especially if it's paired, with a Burst Bomb or, that Disruptor as well, able to come in here. But we're already heading into it. These teams are know exactly what they want to play. Tower Control, Anchovy Games here as we get this thing on the road. Looks like very similar compositions from both of these squads, although perhaps worth noting we see Dan going over to the Cape Row, opting for that GG Booyah Bomb.
Ooh, that is Respawn Punisher on the Squeezer as well, so got to be very confident with that. I don't know if that was there before. I didn't see it. We also have a lot of Object Shredder, but that is definitely to be expected here when you're going to see all those rays, all those armors come out.
Look at Ant already taking control of this fan, trying to just make it so that there are very few opportunities for Red Sun to find their way back in here, but already specials coming out. You see Stingrays traded back and forth, and Dan's going to be able to find one with the long range of that Cape Row. It might start to net Red Sun a little bit of an early advantage here, but they're going to have to clear out the rest of this map before they really want to push this tower.
Yeah, that 2 down did help them, but they need to, again, take control of that flat. That higher area is really what's going to help them. Booyah Bomb going to come out right on that fan. Seth able to avoid it, and we have the Bubble Blower coming out as well, and we still have that Stingray too. So Sasquatch is very nicely going to take a lot of control over mid here. They're not out of the woods yet. They have the missiles on them, as well as the armor coming out from Red Sun, who is very present, but they generally do have a lot of control here. They just need to get a couple of picks, need to get that more solid control. We have the 10 missiles, we have the Ink Armor. That is what is going to start netting them some space that they need.
Yeah, that space is going to be huge here, and now you see they're starting to get a little bit of control of Plaid. They're pushing Red Sun back, and it's going to mean that they're going to be able to find the first push of this tower. Now approaching this first checkpoint, but you see Test coming up on this fan here. A little bit risky for the NZAP to be holding this position, but nonetheless, you need someone here to be able to paint that area of the map and make sure that the few members of Red Sun can start to approach this tower. Looks like actually Red Sun doing a good job of trying to apply some pressure to the tower, especially with that Stingray, but now as they go 2 down and the Stingray comes offline, it's going to be an easy first clear of the checkpoint, and Assault of the Sasquatch is already running straight for the enemy spawn.
Yeah, that was pretty... Oh, I was going to say that was pretty much a delayed wipe. We got a couple of picks going down. It looks like a little bit clearing up, but Red Sun still very much in danger. We got the Booyah Bomb on the tower, does find a pick on the shot. That is, sorry, not the shot, the jet. That's really important. They still have the armor up, but it looks like that tower is going to start resetting. Red Sun's able to take control of their own plat, and slowly they're going to have to very slowly get themselves back into mid. They have this Stingray, but not much else to work with. They're not close to that armor yet, and still, members of the Sasquatch still there, not getting out the position. Look how far they had to back up to avoid those missiles. The displacement coming out of this team is incredible.
Well done for Red Sun to be able to come on back in here. But again, Assault the Sasquatch continuing to push. Now Seth on this fan area, trying to paint, trying to provide a way for this tower to move on forward here, and now is just going to start diving in. The Ink Armor is going to come in just a little bit late. Now the counter armor coming in from Red Sun as they start to look for the engage. Two-hand situation of itself. The Sasquatch Beam comes up with a second one. 3 down, last one jumps away, and finally Red Sun has an opportunity to push forward, and you'll look at how quickly they're starting to approach. They really want to paint a path for this tower soon.
Absolutely. They are matching the speed. They are matching the placement, and that is what we were saying they needed to do. Beam already here, taking those fights, getting those little bit of paint down. They have those missiles as well, and as you can see, Red Sun is finally getting points on the board. They've reached that first checkpoint. They have the missiles. They have the armor. Dan is holding this fan position here. Has to face the squeezer. Has to look at the squeezer. We have the rays. Both rays coming out. Dan able to find one. Looking for a second. Does get the second. That is huge. But nobody's on the tower right now. That tower does get lost. They get back on it, but they need to be getting those points. They need to get through this first checkpoint. It is crucial.
Yeah, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, if you're, these members of Red Sun, you don't have many tools at the tower that want to sit there. They want to be pressuring other areas of the map. Now, Ink Armor coming out of the Assault of the Sasquatch, but with Ant going down, Tess going down here as well, it's going to mean that Red Sun has another opportunity. The Stingray is going to be able to focus on Nyan as well as those 10 missiles pushing Nyan all the way back. Seth is the only one that's trying to challenge this tower, but it's just not going to be enough. They're going to clear past the second checkpoint, and Red Sun's going to be able to find the lead here. Just how much further will they be able to go? The counter ray is going to come out trying to catch off some of these members of Red Sun, but you'll notice they're starting to back on away. You'll notice how much ink that Assault of the Sasquatch is doing, and Red Sun is actually doing a fantastic job of playing around it. Now Beam able to come up with one. It's a 2-10 situation for Assault of the Sasquatch, and it looks like this push might be maintained by Red Sun. Seth going down on the back lines here as well, trying to find a way back around, but it's just not going to be enough. Red Sun still in the area, but it looks like they might not have found a way in. Ant trying to come up on top of this tower. Now is trying to find the straight here, and is able to find that pick onto Niso. Finally, Assault of the Sasquatch has some breathing room here, but it's just 46 seconds left to go in the game.
Wow, so many picks there. That might have been a delayed quad. I'm not completely sure, but that was definitely at least a double. And again, already we're going up to the plat. We're using the range of the squeezer to clear out all of this space. We can still find picks here. The armor comes out as well. They have the bubble blower. They need to take this tower all the way past this checkpoint here and a little bit further. There is a long way to go for this tower, and we are going to have to see overtime. We got the ray out from the jet on the tower. We have the missiles out as well. So they have the room, but they're gonna have to go up. Red Sun still here. They have the armor. They're gonna pop the armor. There it is. There it is. There's the armor. 10 seconds left on the board here.
That bubble blower taking out so much space for Ant here on the front lines. And look at this. The tower is just close to clearing the second checkpoint, but somebody has to be on the tower when overtime is forced. There's the Stingray. Here comes the Booyah Bomb here as well. Lion's going to be forced on top, out of the way. But will there be anyone around from Red Sun to step on this tower? It's going to be a turn-in situation here. Beam going to try to step on forward, but Ant's actually going to be able to come up with it. Seth's going to be coming up with that too, and that is going to be the lead exchange. Assault and Sasquatch able to take care of business there at the very end of it with just how much space they had.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I mean, I didn't even see how they were able to pull that off, but like you said, they had the room, they had the people to stay on that tower. Even the GG Booyah was not enough to complete the force. It took one of them out, but not all of them, and the member of Red Sun trying to go, because Red Sun had to be on the tower to stop overtime, because the tower it takes a couple of seconds, even if there's nobody, to flip. And you saw somebody run for it. They got picked off. Somebody else took it. They weren't able to make it in time.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, a lot of what that was that Booyah Bomb came out just too early. Like you said, there's nobody around the tower to actually step on top of it. And it's one of the things that, when you are sitting here at these lands, when you have these nerves, when you have the crowd, when you have all of the stage presence here as well, you're going to feel nervous. You're going to pop that Booyah Bomb a little bit early, but it's about trying to maintain that discipline and trying to take care of that in order to just methodically be able to push those members away, especially with those specials. Again, GG Ray and GG Booyah Bomb both were on the table there, but they just weren't able to fully capitalize on on that, and it gave enough room for Assault of the Sasquatch to be able to move around. They were able to take care of business in terms of the amount of map control that they had. But now, immediately, heading into this one, Rainmaker, Search and Shipyard, what do you see?
We are sprinting right into our second game. We have pretty much the same thing we have been seeing. Switch over to that. We have both C-Jets again for Rainmaker, not surprising. We have the shot. We have the V-Splash as well, so that's we're gonna see some mist, some jet. Both are gonna be really useful here. We have, an early 2 down for Red Sun, losing both the jet and the splash there. We also have the Stingray, the Ink Armor, all these specials. That's a 3 down situation. The missiles coming out to finish that off. Already we have it this way. They're gonna opt to take the block jump up here on the left. So they're gonna take that all the way up to 50. They missed the jump though, and there's mist up there, and the ray as well might finish them off. So they are able to get it to 52. Probably not as far as they would have liked to, but still not a bad capitalization on that early 3 down situation.
Not bad here at all. Like, able to get that down to 52 is going to be something that, they're going to have to play around, and especially getting it up over to that far side. But alas, Red Sun is taking their time in order to try to find this defense. It's well done on that inkjet shot from Nice O, able to catch out one here, and it's going to allow Red Sun to start building up a little bit of momentum here towards mid. But they weren't able to get it in time before that Rainmaker did reset, and so now Assault of the Sasquatch might have the opportunity to continue sticking around, and this Rainmaker pop is going to be very much contested.
Absolutely. We're back in a little bit more of a neutral place. All 4 members up, looking for a pick on this squeezer or the K-shot. The K-shot does go down there. The Stingray is out, but it doesn't find anybody. That's 2 down. That's 3 down. The Stingray is the only one alive. We have the specials out as well. So this Rainmaker needs to be picked up right now. They need to take advantage of it, and they do. They're going to opt to take it the same route, but Seth is already there. Seth is there to contest. We have the Ray as well. Going to try and take out members. The Jan tries to find the jump. Doesn't find it. Doesn't find it a second time. The propeller finally goes down. They take the lead, but all of those missiles are going to cut them just short. 45, not bad, but not a comfortable lead either.
Not comfortable here at all, and both these teams are still going to be looking to try to find their pushes. Plenty of time left in order to come on back from this one. And now with a few specials online, you're going to see Assault of the Sasquatch able to start rolling this one on forward. Bubble Blower and that Stingray both online as they look to try to take some of these picks and take some of this space here as well. And already coming forward with that Bubble Blower, still maintaining the charge on 2 of those bubbles, trying to just continue to take care of some of this courtyard presence and paint this path of the Rainmaker on forward. Now that Stingray comes out here as well, looking to try to catch some of these members of Red Sun out. And Test is going to start moving forward with this Rainmaker, but just cannot quite seem to find the angle. Oh no, it's going to be falling off of those grates. A little bit risky of a play, but nonetheless is going to get taken down. 3 down situation for Assault of the Sasquatch. It is just not going to work this time around.
Sometimes the Rainmaker knockback is a little bit more than you expect, and that happens. Hey, we saw that on stream, but you can come back from that. All right, we have Red Sun is taking back control of their pit. The Rainmaker's likely they're going to let it reset here, but they need to start making their way back into mid. Assault of the Sasquatch has this mid on lockdown. And Cal on the Stingray, the Squeezer, already just pushing up so far. They're going to come in from behind the Stingray as well, and these members of Red Sun are trapped in their own base by their own pedestal.
And now it's going to be difficult for them to find back out, but well done here by Ant, showing the discipline in front of that inkjet. Now Neon is going to be able to soar on forward here. Ant coming out with that bubble here as well, able to catch out Beam. And now there's a path forward for this pedestal, but with that Rainmaker going down, there's only 2 members up. Tess is turning around, trying to pick up this Rainmaker, try to get a few more points on the board. 3 down situation for Red Sun here at the very end, but Beam is able to find the fall off onto the backside of that pedestal. It looks like Assault of the Sasquatch is trying to stick around. They're trying to find enough opportunity for the jumps to come in. Ant's going to try to come on him from the other side, but is going to get caught out. And now this Rainmaker is going to be popped. Red Sun is coming on back from this one, and they're looking to try to maintain some control. They have some breathing room here, but they have to fight their way all the way back into mid in order to try to get the reset on the Rainmaker.
Absolutely, and you can see the members of Assault of the Sasquatch are waiting for them. Seth already here, looking, just doing a little bit of sharking, trying to get the jump, doesn't quite make it, opts to jump out, stay alive instead. Squeezer's down right now, Tess goes down, gets the trade though, and Red Sun is finally able to come back into mid, maintain a little bit of presence. They have some of their specials online very soon as well. The armor, really nice, good pick right there, and now Nice has control of this snipe, gonna use it to get some really funny inkjet plays. Go high on that inkjet. Oh, but they're getting damage taken on, so not quite gonna find it, but that's still 2 down on Assault of the Sasquatch. They're gonna take that Rainmaker, they're gonna bring it forward. They have an opportunity here, but it might be their last as we have 30 seconds remaining. Last or second to last. Dan falls off that edge, gonna have to make the jump again. They are hopefully block. This knockback is not treating these teams very well today, and the shot going down is going to make that protection of the Rainmaker a lot more difficult. Nice goes down as well. Oh, and that is only the Rainmaker left. Everybody is going to collapse on that Rainmaker. That is the wipe, and I don't think they're going to be able to reach the Rainmaker before the match ends.
What an incredible and patient fight there for Assault of the Sasquatch at the very end of that game. You saw Ant start to move forward there at the very end, trying to find a few of those picks, trying to lock things down. But overall there, somehow Ant was still able to stay alive, was able to play pesky and dodge all of the shots that were coming from Red Sun. And that was going to mean that it allowed that window of opportunity for the rest of Assault and Sasquatch to move forward, and they are going to be the ones to take the set 3-1. And just impressive play from them all around.
Absolutely. So they've punched their ticket to winners finals. Our other set is going on right now, and once we have the results from that, we'll see those two teams here up on the stage for winners finals. But we talked about this at the very beginning, but that right there from Assault and Sasquatch, that is the sweet spot between aggressive and a little bit of passive. You saw they played that last fight so patiently, but also they had incredible speed coming up and taking those plat areas that they needed to, almost immediately flipping the switch.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too. It's worth noting, of course, we're still playing Splatoon 2. Splatoon 3 is now out. That sweet spot is going to change, you know?
Absolutely.
It's going to change with the new game, with the new specials. What are you going to be able to do? How are you going to be playing passively? How are you going to be playing aggressively? When is it going to be best to do both? But for right now, obviously Assault of the Sasquatch showing that they really know how to. But I want to give more props to Red Sun. I mean, this is a team, like... Frankly, you know, if you were to look at this, I think in a lot of cases, most people would like immediately write off Red Sun. This is like an online match, whatever the case is. But here in winter semifinals of a LAN tournament, they showed up in this match. They were able to, in a lot of cases, go toe-to-toe with a lot of these strong players on the Sasquatch squad. And it was just an impressive showing overall. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what else they can try to do, whether or not they can come back in losers, and what else they can come up with.